We would like to say on behalf of the whole combined team from Cyprus and the UK, on behalf of the family of this young girl, that we are firstly relieved that she's finally coming home. This has been an incredibly sad and tragic case for a young teenage girl from Derbyshire, a once happy and gregarious young girl who, like so many of her age group, came over to Cyprus with all the excitement of a young traveller and with high aspirations to attend university thereafter. She was actually on the cusp of embarking upon a new chapter in her life, but under the most dire circumstances she went overnight from being victim to being the accused, having to endure not only the dreadful physical violation of a premeditated gang rape and serious sexual assault perpetrated upon her, but also the prolonged mental ordeal under the judicial process in Cyprus. She was then accused of the offence of public mischief, and that this was all a lie to the police. She is and remains adamant of her innocence and that she has told the truth. And whilst we welcome today the fact that the sentence imposed allows her to go home, we strongly contest the conviction, and the fight for her innocence will go on regardless. And I can tell you now that we will be appealing the conviction, and we will be taking this case to the Supreme Court of Cyprus, and we are prepared to fight this case all the way to the European Court of Human Rights.
Are you happy with the support you've received from the UK?
We're delighted with the support we have received from the UK, and of course the sentence imposed by the judge today was one of 4 months imprisonment, suspended for 3 years, and we noted that he stated that he was giving her a second chance. But what we say, and we will maintain, is that this young girl was stripped both of her dignity and her basic human rights. She has been diagnosed with PTSD. The case has resulted in the deterioration of her mental health. In fact, there were real worries about how she could cope and carry on throughout the legal process. And with immense support given by her loving family, her good friends and legal team, and of course the widespread international support, we can see it here today, particularly from Israel and the women's rights movement in Cyprus, she has persevered. She cannot thank highly enough those people who have contributed, including John Hobbs, to her crowdfund, and for the kind messages of support and belief which have validated her truth. She has asked, in fact, that I thank everyone on her behalf. She wishes to thank her wonderful parents, the Foreign Office who have done so much within the last week, and her legal team, Michael Polak from Justice Abroad, myself, Lewis Power QC, Nicoletta Harilambidou and Ritza Pekri, who collectively have worked tirelessly in their pursuit of justice on her behalf. The time for her to return to her home to the UK is long overdue. She needs to be with her family, to be given the psychological help and treatment which has been denied to her thus far. Not only has she been incarcerated in Nicosia prison, but she's also been subjected to the most stringent of bail conditions. And we'd also like to thank Dr. Christine Tizzard from the UK, who has assessed, diagnosed and prescribed her need for immediate treatment. What this case has specifically highlighted is a gaping chasm in the specialised treatment of sexually assaulted women, victims in Cyprus and the UK compared to foreign judiciaries. Clearly there has been, to this point in time, in fact still is, a deficit in the provision of care, protocol and safeguarding. And in this case, we say there was a specific failure which led to a catastrophic situation with the victim finding herself as the accused, being denied access to appropriate legal and medical care. Indeed, a lawyer and a translator were not even provided whilst under interrogation. We also say that this case will have far-reaching repercussions for women travelling abroad, and it has highlighted the need for appropriate representation. This young woman has shown immense bravery, courage and fortitude in coming forward. Her identity has been compromised. She has been trolled viciously on social media and has been subjected to vile comments. Some of those who perpetrated this serious sexual assault returned to their homeland bragging triumphantly and unashamedly as to what they had done to her, compounding her trauma. There will be people who will bow their heads in shame in respect of this case, but not her. Finally, we as a civilised society cannot allow this blame the women victim culture to continue and let the perpetrators go unpunished. This, in fact, is the greatest injustice of all. Thank you very much.